We're mobile. Take Fox Sports 1350 with you using iHeartRadio. It's the IE's home for sports. KPWK AM 1350, Riverside, San Bernardino, an iHeartRadio station.
You're listening to IESportsNet.com, the Inland Empire Sports Authority.
Yes, we are back in the great city of Riverside at the iHeartRadio studios. It's IE Sportsnet, protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association. We are live on Fox Sports Radio. It is your host, Eternal.
And I am the one and only Coach B. You know, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, you know the conversation starts and stops here. We're also streaming at foxsports1350.com and the iHeartRadio app. You know, I always like to start the day off Eternal Trans. You know, I got to get my head right.
Yes.
Music is a big thing for me. I am formally affiliated with the music business. I didn't produce, I didn't write, I didn't sing, I didn't rap. But I did cut checks.
I was just about to say, my favorite line ever, I'm a hip hop guy. You know, some even, you even called me a quote unquote backpacker one time.
Yeah.
It was a little offensive. But anyway,
only people from hip hop know what that means,
Right.
But to me, and I may not know right, but to me it was a backpacker. They was like a purist.
No doubt.
They were like pure, because Black Eyed Peas would used to be like one of the kings of the backpack scene,
Yeah, no doubt about it. But to your point, one of my favorite lines in hip hop was, "Don't worry if I write rhymes,
I write checks." There you go. And Oprah always talks about that. You have to make sure you're writing the check. But I had to play this morning to get my head right. And, I call do hashtag my commute bumps. And you can see that's a hashtag I like because I'm the only one with stuff on that hashtag.
Yeah, that's dope.
And,
I'm gonna have to come over.
No. Can't use it. You use the same hashtag and then we can get it. But
that's what I'm saying.
I'll allow you to use it. You got permission.
Okay,
but you're gonna play some weird stuff. But this is what I'm saying is I was talking about my bumps is the fact that I was listening to the soundtrack to my life, which is I'm 5'9".
Okay.
My tweet said I'm 5'9".
Okay.
My basketball game was trash.
Okay.
Never got the 6'4" Impala.
All right.
But I wish like Skilo. And I remember when I first heard that song, man. Eternal. I gotta keep it. 100. I was thinking, did he look at my life and write a story about me?
Right.
But my wife is cute, so I should call her.
There it is, right there.
Skilo, I wish is my morning bumps. I should say.
Yes. Big shout out to Skilo, Moreno Valley.
Yes, and that's the thing. I saw that, so I put that on my Twitter. Skilo.
Yeah.
If you're out there, if you're listening, I was bumping your track.
Like Snoop said, you need to get at me.
Yeah, right.
But no, you're right about that. I mean, so if you're 5'9", Coach B, because I would consider myself taller than you, I gotta be what, 6?
With shoes, yes. In the words of David Blake, 6 feet with shoes. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed. We are on Fox Sports Radio, AM 1350. Coach B and Eternal, right here in the great city of Riverside. I have a great show lined up for you. Coach B, we have some special guests.
Yes, sir.
We're going to have
good show.
Later in the show, going to have a good friend of mine, always makes himself available for us, does a wonderful job covering the big-time LA teams, the Dodgers, Lakers, and now he's doing a great job covering the Sparks as well, and that's none other than my guy, Chris Camillo. He'll be on the show a little bit later on. Really excited about having him on. Coach B, who else we got, man?
So we have a good friend of mine as well. One of my buddies, we used to work together years ago, and he started his own business, very successful at it. And then with everything going on in the world, he decided to he wanted to give back. So he's deeply involved with giving back to the community. So I'm really proud of what he's doing. We want to cover him and make sure we give him his right due. Mike Wing will be calling in later on. He was one of the guys that inspired. I know he's gone on, and he'll talk about it when he calls in. He's gone on and he's expanding on what he was doing, but he was the guy who originally created the hashtag Officer Challenge out in Ventura County. And because of our affiliation, we're deeply involved with the Riverside Sheriff's Association.
Yes.
We're deeply involved with Fontana Police Officers Association. We said, you know what, that's something we'd love to get some of that feel good out here in the Inland Empire. Because a lot of times when I'm out public speaking, and I'm talking about this, a lot of people, I say my story, and just the thing about me, when I was a kid, just so people know, they'll probably say, where are you from? Because when I grew up, until I was 13, we lived in Compton. And then my mother...
You mean Compton?
Compton,
okay.
the hub city, city of Compton.
Yeah.
And my mother, my parents got divorced, and my mother remarried a police officer, a black police officer, and then we moved to Downey. And Downey, it just changed my entire life, my experience. So I grew up around police officers, and what we want to do, and that's why I was so excited about the Officer Challenge, because it fosters the community and officers working together.
Right, no doubt about it.
You know, and I know we've talked about this before. I have no reservations talking to police officers because I was groomed from the time I was 13 on how to interact with officers, and that's one of the things that we want to do. Yeah,
well, you know, that's the thing. You know, we're trying to and also, as we get a chance to kind of discuss what's going on right now in sports, you know, we also know, you know, we live in a community, we are the community, so we want to make sure that we reflect that. So obviously we're not blind to what's going on, or are we numb to it.
Absolutely.
So anytime people are doing a good thing out there, we want to make sure we make ourselves available so we can have some good stories out here, and we know that together we're going to work this thing out, you know.
Right.
So.
And that goes back to our Inland Valley Classic. When we first started, you know, when we started this journey in 2013, it's hard to believe, it's 7 years now we've been doing this.
Man.
But when we started this journey in 2013, we started this journey. Our mission, as you know, is we got approved to be on a tiny little station in San Bernardino. Our first goal was just to be on air 13 weeks. We got approved for 13 weeks. 13 weeks. All we were approved for.
Yes, indeed.
We did that 13 weeks.
I even remember we didn't even have no. You know, we come in now. We have like a uniform.
Right.
Now, but you know, then it was just, you know, hey, come as you are.
Right, and and technically, so IE Sportsnet technically started in 2014, because at the time, 2013, it was Sports Empire.
It sure was.
Sports, wow. And then we came on 13 weeks, came off the air, got our advertising and marketing together, came back in 14 as IE Sportsnet, which was the brand, always the brand. Came back as IE Sportsnet, and then we met Coach Rome. At the time, he was at AB Miller. And then we started doing all-star games. The first thing we did is we started giving away scholarships. Right. And then we started giving away turkeys at Thanksgiving and toys at Christmas, and it evolved. And that's what we want to do. It's kind of like the story of my guy, Mike Wing. We want to do something in the community. And right now, we're happy the NBA is back. Yes. The Clippers are going to get that chip. But in this downtime, we both said we have to pivot because we know there's a need out there.
No doubt about it,
and
man.
That's what we want to do.
Yeah, and again, so there's some people out there that are doing some really great things. We want to make sure that, you know, we acknowledge that. And a lot of them, some are from the sports community, others aren't. And just like last week, we had one of the councilmen on, and again, we want to do that because we want to make sure that our community is informed about what's going on, and that, you know, we want to champion good stewardship here in the community, man. So anytime folks are doing that, again, Coach B and myself, we are products of. So get at us. Yeah, get at us. You know, because we're the products of people doing good, and we come from that where people have extended themselves, helped us out. Right. And absolutely. And we want to make sure that we do that as well. So yeah, so contact us. I know one of my guys reached out to me because what we did was, you know, we've been talking to people about, hey, do you got a sports story? Right. And I reached out to some people on the Book of Faces. You know, and it's difficult for me because, you know, I got to maneuver through the messages that I get from my Farmers Only account. So it's kind of, you know, it's kind of difficult for your boy, man. But anyway, I got some people that wanted to, you know, that want to share their story. So one was about a gentleman. He got a organ, some kind of ring from some kind of championship. Lost it and then got it back. It was a big old time article about it. So, you know, the dope sports. I did see that. Yeah. So I want to, you know, we told him, I said, hey, you know, like we said, you need to get at us. He's obviously going to get at us, man. So we said we're going to have him on. So we're going to have him on next week. But again, if you guys have good sports stories, we want to hear about it. Yeah. You know. And the thing is, we talk about this Inland IE Sportsnet. It's not Eternal show. It's not Coach B's show. It's the community show. And we can't see everything,
So if you have a lead, you have a tip, send it our way. We'd love to get it. Also, the Inland Empire Emperors as well. They're an adult men's league. They'll be calling in also. So if you have a story, you have something we need to see, then please send it. And like we said, furthermore, giving back. And I'm not ashamed to say we grew up on food stamps, getting evicted every few years.
Hey.
So that's why that's the heart. Because the minute that Eternal and I got a little bit of success, we said we have to give it back. Pay it forward.
Guaranteed. Yeah, I mean, I remember back in the day, we used to have, I would come home from school, and it'd be like the yellow extension cord coming out the window. And I'm like,
we can laugh about it now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but at the time.
Oh, at the time. Man, they used to be like, my guys, I didn't want nobody to come over to the house.
Right.
So
everybody where we live was in the same situation.
Oh, yeah, that's what, you didn't know that at the time, but, you thought like you're trying to hide something. Everybody had that little experience. So, yeah, we used to have to be pulling some electricity from the neighbor's house.
Absolutely. And we can laugh about it now. So that's what we want to do. We don't want to make light and fun of anybody who's going through those situations right now. What we want to do is we want to help.
Right now. Exactly.
We want to help. So if you got something, like if you have a sports story, send it our way. If you have someone that we can help or get involved with that helps the community, please send it our way. We, Eternal I may not be able to get it done ourselves, but we can get in contact with our resources.
Yes, no doubt about it, man. So again, keep shooting us the information. We want to get it. Coach B, where can they get at us, man? Where can people,
everything.
If they're on social media, man, where can they reach out to us?
Everything is at social media. Everything on social media is at IE Sportsnet. That's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Even we even have a Snapchat, even though we haven't used it.
Yeah.
We do have the Snapchat. So everything is at IE Sportsnet. So get in contact with us and let us know what you want to do. So we're excited at the 15-minute mark. Like we said, Mike Wing will be calling in at the 30-minute mark. We're going to have the Inland Empire Emperors calling in, and then at the 45 mark. And I just saw our guy. I love the way he markets and promotes everything. Chris
Camillo.
Yeah, he just tweeted it out.
Yes, indeed. Good guy, man. And like I said, yeah, really excited about that. You said we're going to have the Inland Empire Emperors. Yeah, make sure you put some tips on that.
There you go.
That's the latest ABA expansion team they're going to be on too, man. So we're really excited about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, that's let's do it. We're going to pay some bills, and then we will be back. And we'll have some very special guests. Don't move an inch, man.
And then his coach, Eric Cooper, will be involved as well. So it's going to be all good. So we're looking forward to that, man. So go ahead, and you ready to take a quick commercial break, because our guy's coming up at the 15-minute mark.
Let's do it, man.
Let's go ahead and do this. You are listening to IE Sportsnet, protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association with Coach B.
And Eternal. When it comes to Inland Empire Sports, the conversation starts and stops here, live on Fox Sports 1350.
You're listening to IESportsNet.com, the Inland Empire Sports Authority.
Kinematics Physical Therapy and Sports Performance looks forward to partnering with you in the restoration of your wellness and expediting you back to your active life. We'd love to see you at our spacious clinic, conveniently located in Norco at 1801 3rd Street, Suite 101. Call us at 951-777-2178. That's 951-777-2178. Or visit our website at kptsport.com. Our clinic is an outpatient orthopedic clinic designed to treat general pain, post-operative conditions, and athletic rehabilitation using research standards of care. When you step through our doors, your pain becomes ours, and we will work diligently to help manage whatever life has thrown at you. We provide educational and screening services to the community free of charge. Services provided include health screenings, monthly health courses, sports venue coverage, and fundraising. We'd love to meet you at our spacious clinic, conveniently located in Norco at 1801 3rd Street, Suite 101. Call us at 951-777-2178. That's 951-777-2178. Or visit our website at kptsport.com. All are welcome whom aren't afraid to recover their potential.
Box combo, please.
At Raising Cane's, we're all about quality. We mix cane sauce in our restaurants every day. And our chicken is hand-battered and cooked to order. Our Texas toast is grilled with just the right amount of butter and garlic. And our lemonade is always freshly squeezed.
Love in the window.
And why do we do all this? Because it makes a difference. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Since 1952, ThinkWise Credit Union has served education professionals and families in Riverside, San Bernardino, and Orange County. ThinkWise gives back to the community with financial education and support to local schools and organizations. Join us today to experience a safe and comfortable alternative to banking that gives back. ThinkWise Credit Union. You'll feel good about what we can accomplish together.
Farmers Insurance. The office of Stacey Ann Holgate is a proud sponsor of Inland Empire Sports. Located in Riverside at 3641 Adams Street, Stacey Ann's office is able to assist you with your financial goals in planning for your future. Her office can also assist you with your business insurance, home, auto, and much more. Give Stacey Ann Holgate's office a call today at 951-977-9899. That's 951-977-9899. And mention Fox Sports AM 1350. Stacey loves her community and the kids in it. She knows they're the future, and investing in them is an investment towards a healthier community. Wouldn't you want to do business with someone who cares about your children almost as much as you do? Contact Stacey Ann Holgate's insurance agency at 951-977-9899 for ways she can help you and your family with all of your insurance needs today. Located at 3641 Adams Street in Riverside, California, Stacey Ann Holgate Insurance Agency. She's on the air because she cares. Give Stacey Ann Holgate's office a call today at 951-977-9899. That's 951-977-9899.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
What's up, world? This is your favorite comic, Tony Rock. And you're checking out Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports.
Yes, we are back in the great city of Riverside at the iHeartRadio studios. This is IE Sportsnet, protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association. We are right here live on Fox Sports Radio, AM 1350. I am your host, Eternal.
And I am the one and only Coach B. You know, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, the conversation starts and stops here. We're also streaming at Fox Sports 1350 and the iHeartRadio app. You know, I'm excited about this because the person we got calling in, it's pretty exciting, man. I knew this young lad for some time, and I see him going off and doing new things, and it's really exciting to see what he's doing. This is a good friend of mine. Mr. Wing, are you out there?
I am here, guys. You know, I really appreciate you guys letting me on, IE Sportsnet, Fox Sports, man. You know, that's huge.
Fantastic, man. So go ahead, introduce yourself to the Fox Sports Radio audience.
Okay, so, I'm Mike Wing, and, what I've been putting together is, something called the Officer Challenge, and we developed it into something more where we're actually, it's going to be Unity to Spark Change. We just started it up yesterday, and we're going to be doing big things. We're really focused towards the community and building it up in our current time.
Indeed. Now, after reading your bio, kind of going over some of the details about you, you were mentioning that the Climate America, that you first wanted to inspire change, and then you started this meeting with these 3 police officers, I guess, was some like more sporadic, and they kind of created that. So kind of talk about that meeting and what got you engaged in this officer challenge.
See, it was, it really was sporadic. I watched the video that, everyone knows about. I don't need to have to, say exactly, what it was. But, I saw that and it just instilled a lot of anger and animosity. And, but the weird thing about it was that it kind of changed me a little bit. I was just kind of like, how long am I going to hold on to this anger and hurt? I need to find a different way to, make things different, because things aren't working out with the way they currently are. And I was sitting at a restaurant, and I saw a table of 3 police officers. And, the normal me would have been afraid.
Right.
And then they got up and walked out, and I don't know, something in me, and the fiance, she was kind of looking at me like, what are you thinking about doing? And I decided just to get up. And I walked outside with them, and I just said, hey, I just wanted to say thank you. And, just started, talking with them. And we talked for a good, 20 minutes and just talked about personal things, and took a picture at the end, posted it on social media, and decided to put it under the hashtag Officer Challenge. And it blew up. All of a sudden, a bunch of people were sharing it. I was getting a bunch of messages.
Right.
And it was just... It was interesting. I was doing it just for fun, and then all of a sudden, all these people are sending me messages saying, "Hey, we love what you're doing. Keep it going." And I'm like, "Wow, I'm actually doing something. My voice means something."
Indeed. Now, you talked about obviously having to overcome that fear because, I mean, just like everybody else, it's generally, when you see the sirens behind you, I mean, you can be as legal as you want to be, but it kind of just drums up a little fear or some kind of anxiety. What kind of communication, if any, did you have? Did you talk to the officers about that, about overcoming that fear, or is that something that you haven't? I mean, how did you deal with that part?
That was something I kind of kept internally. I didn't tell them I was afraid of them. I just tried to talk to them like, just any other human being.
Right.
That was the main thing for me, is just talking to them. And, internally was I a little, I won't say fearful, I'll say more intimidated, anxious, for sure. Yeah, 100%, that was going through my body. But what was actually really crazy to me was it went over very smoothly. And like after talking to them for like a good, minute, I stopped paying attention to, the badge that was on their chest. Nice. And the gun that was on their waist. We were just talking, and they were asking about my family. I was asking about their family. So it was interesting, it really changed my perspective.
And once again, we have Mike Wing on the phone on Fox Sports 1350 Inland Empire. He has helped create a movement called Officer Challenge, and now he's transitioning into hashtag Unity to Spark Change. And I have a question for you. I've looked at your hashtag, the hashtag Officers Challenge. It's been embraced by many, like you said, in the movement you created, spur of the moment, and you went and did it. But there's also been some people that have had negative reactions. And what do you say to anyone who's had a negative reaction to what you're doing?
So to me, people that are having a negative reaction, if you're critiquing me, that means you're obviously watching what I'm doing. So to me, I want those people to continue to, watch what I'm doing, and I'm hoping that, eventually somewhere down the road, it might actually spark, some type of change in them, because ultimately everything I'm trying to do is positive, and we've all gone down the road sometimes where we've critiqued things that were positive, but that was just because that was what instilled in our mind. We didn't like something for some reason.
Right.
So to me, I just ask them to keep, paying attention to what I'm doing, because, ultimately when it comes down to it, if no one's giving you negative things, that means no one's listening.
Absolutely. My mother used to give me negative stuff all the time, so maybe she was listening. Who knows? She didn't. She told me to get out of her face, but that's okay. But you know what? Your movement is growing. I know you worked a lot with the Ventura County Sheriff's Association, so big ups to you for building that bridge. And like you said, this is something that started spur of the moment. But, for anything that happened, a great idea that happened, it's one person that can spark that change, and it can change the world. But, we had a conversation, and even you were surprised when you talked about this. Many agencies throughout Southern California have reached out to you with positive feedback. And then you've heard as far as Las Vegas. Now, like you said, the day you were sitting with your fiance and you guys were getting dinner, did you ever expect for this to grow this fast when you first put together? Because you talked to me about it. Did you ever expect this?
No, not at all. I mean, I was just doing it out of courtesy. I just thought, hey, they're dealing with a lot of stuff right now. Is some stuff justified? Yeah, but that doesn't mean every single one, law enforcement should be going through what they're going through. It's dealing with a small sample size. It goes so much deeper, and I could talk about this for probably 2 hours. But I know we
got an hour show.
Sample size. but it goes a lot deeper. So I had to start looking at myself and starting to identify. I've gotten mad about being stereotypes. And being pulled over by law enforcement or detained by law enforcement just because of what I felt like because of the color of my skin. And I had to start looking at myself and say, hey, if I'm judging every single police officer based off of the badge that they're wearing on their chest, does that really make me a better person? So I kind of had to, the officer challenge. It's interesting. it really made me look deep into myself and understand that there was a lot of things that I had to unlearn myself. And some of the things that I had to unlearn were just things that were personal biases that were taught to me by other people. And that was the biggest thing. And, you know, I love the officer challenge because I did it because I was upset with the times, but I was able to learn a lot about myself and really start, you know, growing myself personally.
Right. There it is there. Now, for people that are interested, because we're going to get ready to wrap up here, and again, thank you so much for taking out the time, again, speaking to Mr. Mike Wing. If people are interested in trying to find out more information about the good work that you're doing.
Because he's talking about paying people's rent.
Exactly. Yeah, you're talking about doing a lot of great things and to assist people out in need. So if people would want to kind of get more information about your mission or even assist, how can they get in contact with you?
Yeah, I mean, you could do it under, Unity Spark Change. We're looking to do a bunch of different things, and, it just depends on how much the community helps out. We have some great strategic partners, nonprofits that are helping out. We have, Interface Child and Family Services, in United Way, Camillo Community Outreach, Harbor House, Ventura County Family Justice Center Foundation, and Ventura County Community Foundation. And, I also want to give, props to the Ventura County Deputy Sheriff Association. Nick, I've been working directly with the president, Casey Cerroti, executive director, and also who kind of helped me get into this was Patrick, who's a sergeant for Simi Valley PD. Steve Shorts, who's a watch commander for CNEPD. I think I got the list, but if I was going to say just one, a good 15-second tidbit. I've been detained. So a lot of people think that I haven't gone through anything myself, and I've been detained probably 12 times over things that I didn't do. And I was also a victim of police brutality. They thought I did something that was really bad, and they beat me to the point where I had 4 broken ribs. And, I turned around and, I changed my perspective, and now I'm doing something, and I'm working jointly with the police department to help those that are dealing with, currently struggling with COVID. So we're going to directly be helping families. So hashtag Unity to Spark Change is going to be big. If you want to take a look at it more in depth, if you jump on my Instagram, it's Mike_Wing. Or if you jump on Facebook, it's Mike Wing, and there's a post on it where there's an Amazon wish list where you can jump on and actually, donate to different causes that are joining up together with us, like the ones that I listed. And we're asking for more that, other additional nonprofits. We're looking for other businesses. We're looking for individuals that just want to help those that are in a challenging time. We need to do it as a community. We need to stop dividing ourselves and saying pro police, pro one other side, but actually come together in a community and just support pro change.
We appreciate it. So, Mike, when we're pressed up against the clock, we certainly appreciate it. Thanks so much for giving us time. He has a newborn. Do me a favor. We are against it. I got about 10 seconds, but name drop the fiance and the 2 kids before we get out of here.
Kennedy and Sedona, and the fiance is Nicole.
There you go.
Awesome, man. Well,
happy wife, happy life. I'm trying to give you an assist. So
there it
good
is.
stuff.
Hey, enjoy your weekend, brother. Thanks for calling.
There you go. Good stuff, man.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Excellent. That's good stuff, man.
There it is, man.
We like to see people who are doing things in the community.
Yes.
So you ready to take a commercial break?
Yes, indeed, brother.
Eternal Trans. Let's go ahead and do this. You're listening to IE Sportsnet, protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association with Coach B.
And Eternal, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, the conversation starts and stops here live on Fox Sports 1350.
You're listening to IESportsNet.com, the Inland Empire Sports Authority.
Kinematics Physical Therapy and Sports Performance looks forward to partnering with you in the restoration of your wellness and expediting you back to your active life. We'd love to see you at our spacious clinic, conveniently located in Norco at 1801 3rd Street, Suite 101. Call us at 951-777-2178. That's 951-777-2178. Or visit our website at kptsport.com. Our clinic is an outpatient orthopedic clinic designed to treat general pain, post-operative conditions, and athletic rehabilitation using research standards of care. When you step through our doors, your pain becomes ours, and we will work diligently to help manage whatever life has thrown at you. We provide educational educational and screening services to the community free of charge. Services provided include health screenings, monthly health courses, sports venue coverage, and fundraising. We'd love to meet you at our spacious clinic, conveniently located in Norco at 1801 3rd Street, Suite 101. Call us at 951-777-2178. That's 951-777-2178. Or visit our website at kptsport.com. All are welcome whom aren't afraid to recover their potential.
Box combo, please.
At Raising Cane's, we're all about quality. We mix cane sauce in our restaurants every day. And our chicken is hand-battered and cooked to order. Our Texas toast is grilled with just the right amount of butter and garlic. And our lemonade is always freshly squeezed.
Love the window.
And why do we do all this? Because it makes a difference. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Since 1952, ThinkWise Credit Union has served education professionals and families in Riverside, San Bernardino, and Orange County. ThinkWise gives back to the community with financial education and support to local schools and organizations. Join us today to experience a safe and comfortable alternative to banking that gives back. ThinkWise Credit Union. You'll feel good about what we can accomplish together.
Farmers Insurance, the office of Stacey Ann Holgate, is a proud sponsor of Inland Empire Sports. Located in Riverside at 3641 Adams Street, Stacey Ann's office is able to assist you with your financial goals in planning for your future. Her office can also assist you with your business insurance, home, auto, and much more. Give Stacey Ann Holgate's office a call today at 951-977-9899. That's 951-977-9899. And mention Fox Sports AM 1350. Stacey loves her community and the kids in it. She knows they are the future, and investing in them is an investment towards a healthier community. Wouldn't you want to do business with someone who cares about your children almost as much as you do? Contact Stacey Ann Holgate's insurance agency at 951-977-9899 for ways she can help you and your family with all of your insurance needs today. Located at 3641 Adams Street in Riverside, California, Stacey Ann Holgate Insurance Agency. She's on the air because she cares. Give Stacey Ann Holgate's office a call today at 951-977-9899. That's 951-977-9899.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
You're listening to IESportsNet.com, the Inland Empire Sports Authority.
Yes, we are back in the great city of Riverside at the iHeartRadio studios. It's IE Sportsnet, protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association, right here live in the great city of Riverside at the iHeartRadio studios. I am your host, Eternal.
And I am the one and only Coach B. You know, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, you know the conversation starts and stops here. We're also streaming at foxsports1350.com and the iHeartRadio app. You know what, Eternal? Can I give one shout out before we roll into this? I just realized the Mrs. birthday will be next Friday. Okay. So by the time we get on the air, her birthday would have passed.
Indeed.
So happy early birthday to Miss Coach B.
Hey.
Brandy, I dropped her off this morning at work, and she's out there doing her thing, man. She is a first responder, and I thank her for all the work she does in the community.
Indeed. Happy birthday, Miss Brandy. Yeah, so we do have somebody calling in on the Boost Mobile Be Heard hotline. Callers, are you guys there? Hello. Oh, we look up. Callers, are you guys there?
Yes, we are.
All right,
there we go.
There we go. Okay,
we worked it out.
I know we were trying to get all you gentlemen on. I know we have like we have one of those group. I guess that's what the kids are doing now. The group chat, but we got it going on right now on the phone. So, gentlemen, be kind enough to please introduce yourselves to the Fox Sports Radio audience.
Okay, yes, I'm Kevin Daly. I'm the owner of the Inland Empire Emperors.
Yes, I'm Eric Cooper. I'm part owner of the Emperors and the head coach. Eric Cooper Jr., one of the players, and son of the coach.
Okay, fantastic. Now, we'll start off with you. Again, kind of talking about Kevin here, because it looks like you started this off. Kind of give our audience some background about how this whole thing, this ABA expansion team started off for you.
Well, yes, I've kind of been a follower of ABA sports for quite a while. Definitely since the ABA NBA merged in 1976. So I was inquiring about, trying to figure out how to put together a sports league because I was, trying to introduce the Inland Empire world of sports because there's a lot of athletes in the IE, but they don't have a platform like they do in places like the Drew League and Long Beach, Venice Beach, etc. And so I wanted to try to create a platform for them at a professional level. And so the team was founded by my wife and I about a year ago, and then that catch Coach Coop, and we went from there.
Exactly. Now, Mr. Daly. Now, you talked about again, you having that want to get something going on here for the IE. How were you introduced to Mr. Cooper, and what have you guys been able to kind of do together?
Well, we met over. It was a social media contact through a third party. He reached out to me, and I reached out back. We met. I saw his program. And it was above, like, beyond my expectations, and the professionalism and the incredible training that was going on when I went down to his camps, and I was impressed. And so from there, I labeled him Commander in Chief, and he's running the show.
And now, and when you talk about your coach, and I'm excited. First of all, I'm a kid that grew up in the 80s, born in the 70s, grew up in the 80s and 90s. So I'm hanging with Mr. Cooper. So I want to talk a little bit. You talk about it, Coach. He's been involved in developing youth, young adults, and aspiring professionals for more than 20 years. Successful high school coach for the past 8 years, won a CIF state title and 2 Southern Section titles. You talk about a great coach, and let me put respect on it. He was the Gatorade California Coach of the Year in 2011. Coach Cooper, tell me a little bit about what are your expectations now that you're getting into the professional ranks. Are you expecting, let's put it out there, are you going to win the chip? I mean, what are we going to do with this thing?
That's always the goal, man, is to get to that last game. Only one person walks away with a win on that last day, and I'm always looking for that. So that's the goal, and no better time than our first year to seek after that challenge.
Absolutely, and you know a little bit about the ABA. You were involved with the Ontario Warriors, and in the Southern California Surf. The ABA is an exciting league, kind of like Kevin said. I remember the fancy basketballs and all this and all that. Tell me a little bit, either one of you guys can answer this. What has it been like connecting with the community and letting them know that there is an ABA team out here in the Inland Empire? How has that gone?
Well, it's been very. A lot of people are been with open arms. They're ready to have something new and fresh. They're tired of driving down to LA to watch a pro game, and so they're embracing us, and community's definitely embracing as well. The city of San Bernardino, city of Corona, as well as the city of Riverside. We've been in touching bases with some of the local councilmen and the mayor of Corona, and so on and so on. So the community is embracing us. And I think we're going to have a great launch.
And one thing about Mr. Cooper that I wanted to talk about is, you played high school, you were the man, you played college, and then you played over in Europe for over a decade. When you go and you talk to a player that you were trying to recruit onto your team, do you share with them that experience, about playing with you? Because you even played with the greatest point guard in the history of man. You were involved with Buck Johnson. People call him Irvin Magic Johnson. I call him by his childhood name, Buck. But do you use that experience and tell people, hey, I can get you there?
Hey, that's funny you said that, because not many people know that name, Buck. But
I'm a true Magic fan, baby.
For a whole year. Yeah, for a whole year. And the thing is, I say is, how often do you get to melt minds? Like, every day he came to work, and every day he used his day to try to convince us to think like him. And so that is probably one of the biggest things that have impacted my life and my coaching career, is that I got a chance to melt minds with one of the best all-time point guards and players of all time. So I definitely impart that knowledge to the young guys, and a lot of them, they don't have a clue. When they get out of college, there's no organization that says, okay, this is how you become a pro.
Right.
Well, then that's what I do, and I've been doing that for for a lot of years. And so I helped them to learn how to hustle and to put everything they have into it, all the chips into it, and to learn how to work and to move like a pro, and then you'll become a pro.
Well, Buck is the greatest to ever do it.
Yeah. Now we have Eric Cooper Jr. on there. Now, you know, and I
love it when you name your kid after you. My son's named after me.
Yeah.
You're a junior.
I'm a junior, so I know how it is when you're looking up at seniors. So, I mean, now for Eric Cooper Jr., you know, obviously we're in a pandemic. This is something that
he may have been around Buck.
Right. He might. Right. So he might have some legendary gene going on. But you know, we're in a pandemic. Obviously, I know training is difficult. How have you been able to try to keep your game together in terms of training and then trying to focus on some kind of semblance of a season?
Yeah, with everything going on right now, it's definitely difficult to, you know, find gyms and stuff like that. Luckily, there's some outside courts that you could, you know, that haven't been taken down. So, you know, you try to get in work as much as possible on those, and then find a field or something to do some like running,
right?
You know, plyometric stuff. So it's definitely different than what I'm used to during the summers, because usually we have a gym, we have a schedule,
right?
You know, we show up, we do this, we do that, we go to the, you know, the weight room, and you know, it's just been different this year. So you just got to adjust.
Now you played ball at Pepperdine, so I know you're a basketball enthusiast, obviously way more than we are. But now, well, you know, the NBA bubble has just been, I mean, for us, for fans of basketball, it's just been great. Who, for you, when you watch it, who are some of the players that you've seen, or a player in particular that you've seen just really blossom during this NBA bubble that we're getting a chance to witness right now?
Man, TJ Warren's been going crazy. I really like Devin Booker, what he's been doing.
Yeah, Devin Booker seems to be like a fan favorite. What's the thing that everybody's really enjoying about Devin Booker's game? I mean, well, for you personally,
and it doesn't have to be him hanging out with one of the Jenners.
Yeah,
you know, that's not important.
Yeah. Besides that, man, his game just reminds everybody of like Kobe. That's one of my favorite players.
Yeah,
Kobe.
Ever. And just his footwork, his athleticism, his shooting ability, and his mindset is on another level right now. And I wish I would have seen them get that spot to play in.
Yeah, right. I wanted them to see. I wanted them to have like a plan against Portland to see.
That would have been. That's
what I was looking for. I thought that was going to happen, but it didn't happen. Well,
first team to go 8 straight and not get in there. But you know, I got one question.
Okay,
this is important. This is super important. So we got Eric Cooper Jr. and Senior on.
Okay.
Who's got the better game? That's what I need to know.
Oh, wow.
I want to know. I mean, let's put it out there. I mean, who's got the best game?
Yeah, you trying to pull it. You trying these men got to go. They got to eat turkey together, man.
Right,
I mean,
right.
Come on.
Hey, do you want to answer that or what?
He's like, remember, you still got to get allowance. But we definitely, I don't want to start a family war here, but you know, we appreciate. We had Kevin Daly from the Inland Empire Emperors. I know that they want to get Eternal and Coach B involved with their broadcast, so we're excited about that. We have Eric Cooper Sr. and Eric Cooper Jr. So we're excited with what you guys are doing in the Inland Empire, what you're trying to build. We tip our cap to you.
Yeah, and then real quick before we conclude our interview, make sure you let the folks know where they can get in contact with you, please.
Yes, if you want to follow the IE Emperors, you can follow us at EmperorsBball .com. I mean, EmperorsBball.com. And then we're also at Emperors B-Ball on all the social media outlets. And then Cooper, you can share about the academy.
And if you want to follow Coach Cooper and what I do, we have a website called CooperBasketball.com, where we have a prep school, high school prep school, where we take kids from all over the world and prepare them for college and pro ball. And you'll see a lot of different things for pro athletes. If you're trying to be a pro, we have something. If you're trying to play high school ball, we have some. If you're a kid trying to learn how to play and you're 10 years old, we have something. So go to CooperBasketball.com, and when you see that Cooper basketball van, make sure you beep your horn.
There it is, right there.
We got a nice 15-passenger van, and we drive around the city, and we're looking for people beeping horns if they want to be down with Cooper basketball.
There it is, right there. And again, again, big shout out to Mr. Eric Cooper Jr. Man, keep doing your thing out there, young brother, and we'll be talking to you guys soon. Okay.
All right.
We definitely appreciate it.
Take care, man.
Now, they said they can help everybody. I don't think they can help my game.
I just about to say, Coach B, because now, mind you, I'm park and rec champ back to back to back. I did some things. I done went out there and did some things. You know what I mean? Look at you, man. You got your
My phone is 8:40. I got here an hour ago. It just told me I got to the station.
Look at you.
But let's go ahead and do this because we got Chris Camillo
calling in just a second.
Let's take a commercial break. You are listening to IE Sportsnet, protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association with Coach B.
Andy Turner. When it comes to Inland Empire Sports, the conversation starts and stops here live on Fox Sports 1350.
You're listening to IESportsNet.com, the Inland Empire Sports Authority.
Kinematics Physical Therapy and Sports Performance looks forward to partnering with you in the restoration of your wellness and expediting you back to your active life. We'd love to see you at our spacious clinic, conveniently located in Norco at 1801 3rd Street, Suite 101. Call us at 951-777-2178. That's 951-777-2178. Or visit our website at kptsport.com. Our clinic is an outpatient orthopedic clinic designed to treat general pain, postoperative conditions, and athletic rehabilitation using research standards of care. When you step through our doors, your pain becomes ours, and we will work diligently to help manage whatever life has thrown at you. We provide educational and screening services to the community free of charge. Services provided include health screenings, monthly health courses, sports venue coverage, and fundraising. We'd love to meet you at our spacious clinic, conveniently located in Norco at 1801 3rd Street, Suite 101. Call us at 951-777-2178. That's 951-777-2178. Or visit our website at kptsport.com. All are welcome whom aren't afraid to recover their potential.
Farmers Insurance, the office of Stacey Ann Holgate, is a proud sponsor of Inland Empire Sports. Located in Riverside at 3641 Adams Street, Stacey Ann's office is able to assist you with your financial goals in planning for your future. Her office can also assist you with your business insurance, home, auto, and much more. Give Stacey Ann Holgate's office a call today at 951-977-9899. That's 951-977-9899. And mention Fox Sports AM 1350. Stacey loves her community and the kids in it. She knows they are the future, and investing in them is an investment towards a healthier community. Wouldn't you want to do business with someone who cares about your children almost as much as you do? Contact Stacey Ann Holgate's insurance agency at 951-977-9899 for ways she can help you and your family with all of your insurance needs today. Located at 3641 Adams Street in Riverside, California, Stacey Ann Holgate Insurance Agency. She's on the air because she cares. Give Stacey Ann Holgate's office a call today at 951-977-9899. That's 951-977-9899.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
And I'm going to get on Shaq with that picnic table suit.
Yo, this is Aries Spears on Fox Sports Radio.
We are Fox Sports.
Yes, we are live on the great city of Riverside at the iHeartRadio studios. This IE Sportsnet, protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association, live on Fox Sports Radio, AM 1350. I am your host, Eternal.
And I am the one and only Coach B. When it comes to Inland Empire Sports, the conversation starts and stops here. We're streaming on FoxSports1350.com and the iHeartRadio app.
Yes, we do have a caller on the Boost Mobile Celebrity Be Heard hotline. Caller, you are live on the air. Do us the courtesy. I mean, a gentleman that doesn't really need an introduction, but go ahead, introduce yourself to the Fox Sports Radio audience, please.
You guys are too kind. Good morning to you. This is Chris Camillo, LA sports reporter for the last 5.5 years with Nightfall Media, as well as host of the Camello's Corner podcast.
There it is right there. Now, Chris, we have just been, we're knee deep in this pandemic, and obviously we wish everybody just safe stuff. So, for us sports guys, it's been a little tough, man. But my goodness, man, these guys have been showing out. We've been able to see some great performances in baseball, as well as on the court by the men and the women. But just kind of jump on this big stuff that's going on with the baseball, in particular the Dodgers. Mookie Betts, this guy is everybody was wondering, Chris, what this guy was going to do. You saw the price tag. I think they kind of, there are guys like Bryce Harper, other guys out there that I think people may have thought were the guys to go to, but all of a sudden Mookie comes in there. He's 27, and then for people who didn't think he was worth the money, he knocks in 3 long balls on the other day. Chris, talk about what this guy has meant to the Dodgers.
Right now, he's been everything for them. And I'll take it one step back. Before this pandemic and before everything was shut down, I remember Justin Turner marveling about the leadership of Mookie Betts, because Turner has been the heart and soul. He's been the voice of the Dodgers for years now.
Right.
I mean, as his role has become more prominent, he became sort of like the undoubted leader of the team. But then here comes in Mookie Betts, former MVP, World Series champion, 4-time All-Star, and from the beginning, from the get-go, he said, hey, this is a talented team, but we got to hold each other accountable. And if we're going to go anywhere this year, we have all got to step it up collectively. So one of the things that I think all of the Dodger players have marveled at and respected about Mookie has just been his leadership. And from day one, yes, he came into a new environment, to a team that already had an established and talented core, but he has made his voice and his impact felt, not just on the field, but off of it. And we've seen the full spectrum of what Mookie can do on the field. He has been incredible defensively in right field. I mean, he covers so much ground out there. He's got a cannon of an arm. He threw out a guy, I think it was Nick Ahmed, about 2-3 weeks ago in Arizona. I mean, that was just a laser throw. And he just covers so much ground. We've seen the speed. Remember, he came home on a ground ball against the Giants to tie the game late in the game. I think it was the opening series against Frisco. And, of course, you saw the other night the power, the 3 home runs. So, I mean, he just does it all. I think the one criticism for Mookie and it's not even about Mookie himself. It's about Dave Roberts. Why isn't he batting leadoff? Why is he batting in the 2 spot? And you're seeing now that he is batting in that leadoff spot how much more dynamic he makes the offense. And the Dodgers really haven't had a bona fide leadoff hitter like Mookie Betts probably in like the last 10, 12 years. I think the guy that came closest to that was D. Gordon, but he was, very inconsistent. It wasn't a good contact hitter, but Betts is a 5-tool player. He's an MVP. He's a star. And now that he's starting to settle into the groove of the season, he's showing that he's worth every penny of that $365 million extension.
Right. And this is a loaded Dodgers team before Mookie even jumped into the lineup. So they're really already doing stuff. On the other side of the ball, the Dodgers pitching, and we know that that's what's been one of the Achilles of this baseball team. What do you see about the pitching of this Dodgers team? Do you see enough that can get these guys over the hump against some big bats?
Well, let me just say this. The Dodgers may be 14-7, but it hasn't been because of their offense, really. I mean, maybe a few games here and there. It's because of that pitching staff.
Yeah.
I mean, the bullpen especially has been fantastic. And obviously carrying 28 players during this condensed season, there were going to be 3 more spots available out of the bullpen. But everyone that's come out of it, I know last night they struggled. They gave up 3 runs. Pedro Baez, Dylan Floro, and Blake Trinan weren't exactly great. But those guys have actually been pretty consistent for the most part. And their ERAs are, they're like less than 1. So they've done a really good job. And as far as the rotation goes, Clayton Kershaw pitched really well, but that was only his 3rd start. We haven't seen Walker Buehler come into form. We've seen guys like Ross Stripling, Dustin May, Julio Urias. Those have been the guys that have really been carrying the load for the most part. And even now, Tony Gonsolin, another young right-hander for the Dodgers, very talented, has also come into the fold. So the Dodgers' starting rotation has really been deep, it's been dynamic, and it's been consistent. But more importantly, the bullpen so far has been great, and it's great to see also Kenley Jansen get that cutter back. The velocity is up, and I know everyone always talks about the velocity. With Jansen, for me, it's always about location and command. If he could put those pitches exactly where he wants them, that's what's going to make him unhittable. But I think the pitching so far, with the contributions from those young guys like May and Gonsolin, it's really supplemented what they have with Buehler and Kershaw. And it's going to make them that much more deadly as the season goes on.
Absolutely. Once again, Fox Sports 1350, Coach B and Eternal. We're on with Chris Camillo. Now, one question that I have, and it was a famous poet. He made headphones. His name was Dr. Dre. And he had a song called Been There, Done That. Now, we've heard the Dodgers for years were the favorite to win the World Series. Is this the year that our Dodgers finally can do it?
Here's why I say it's not, they shouldn't be considered the odds-on favorite, because there's going to be 16 teams, 8 in the National League, 8 in the American League, going into the playoffs. So it's wide open. So, yeah, they could go out for best record, but why? There's no home field. You don't have any fans there. So, it's going to be very, very difficult. And there's a lot of teams right now that are really playing well. The Chicago Cubs are playing well. The Colorado Rockies, who I said before the season, don't sleep on them, because they could catch lightning in the bottle. If they can get a few of those pitchers healthy, they could be really tough. Atlanta's been struggling, but I think they're going to come around. I think the Dodgers should be considered the favorite in the National League, but because the playoff format, the first round is best out of 3, guys.
Wow,
best out of 3.
Yeah.
I mean, if you thought best out of 5 was volatile, and we saw it last year when the Dodgers lost to the Washington Nationals, how much more volatile is it going to be in a 3-game set without a first-round bye? So that's where I think Major League Baseball kind of messed up a little bit. I said, man, I mean, you're not rewarding anybody for winning. So basically all you want to do is just get in. It doesn't matter if you're number 1 or number 8 in your respective league. You're just trying to get in because what are you really playing for? No home field, no bye.
Right.
So from that aspect, it's so volatile because we've seen the Dodger bats struggle. Right?
Yeah.
So what's to say that you're not going to struggle against elite starting pitching and elite relief pitching in a 3-game set?
Yeah.
So it is so volatile. I even said it. I'll even turn it around. Look at how well the Yankees are playing. Right? They're one of the most explosive offenses in baseball. If they come across the Cleveland Indians, who's got one of the best rotations in baseball, that rotation has got 3 guys that could turn out the Yankees' lights in a hurry.
Yeah.
So my point being is, should they be considered the favorite? Yes, but in a season like this with an expanded playoff format, anything is possible.
And, speaking of the playoffs and everything's going and no home field, it almost sounds like you're talking about the bubble in the NBA. It's unique this year. There will be a play-in. Portland won that game and got into the seeding. Now they only have to win 1 out of 2 games to get in.
Right.
And then they're going to play against the Lakers. And the dynamic you were talking about, this is a special year. There's no home court in the NBA. It's like an AAU tournament. So the Lakers, the first round, can LeBron still dust it off and still be King James, or is he a Prince James now? What are your odds for the Lakers to get all the way against my Clippers?
Wow. Did you just really try to throw LeBron James under the bus and call him Prince James? Come on, guys.
Let me tell you something, Chris. That's not me. That's Coach B. I know.
8 straight NBA Finals appearances at one point in time. LeBron James is going to be just fine. Portland has, in my eyes, first of all, they don't play any team defense. And even one-on-one, if your best defensive option is Carmelo Anthony, you got some issues. I mean,
but it's Dame time.
Just as simple as that. Carmelo, no disrespect to him, he's played well with Portland, and I think he's reminded the league of what he's capable of doing.
True.
And he's been a formidable third option on that squad. Dame is playing out of his mind right now. No doubt in my mind, he's the bubble. If there was just an MVP for the bubble, he would have that award hands down. CJ McCollum battling a back issue. He's still pretty good, though. You got Yusuf Nurkic back and Zach Collins. But the Lakers, with those 2 stars, when they are locked in and playing the way we all know them to play, especially Anthony Davis, he's going to be a major X factor.
Yep.
The Lakers are going to probably take out Portland in 6 games. It's going to suck not having Avery Bradley, another really good perimeter defender to throw at McCollum and especially throw at Dame Lillard. But the Lakers, I think, have enough. You've got Danny Green. You've got KCP, Alex Caruso, long, agile defenders, and Danny Green's a 2-time champion. He's seen it all. And also, don't be surprised if you see a guy like Kyle Kuzma, who also played really well during the bubble for the Lakers, be thrown out Dame Lillard as a potential defensive option. He's guarded opposing point guards pretty well in the past, and it wouldn't surprise me if that's another trick in Frank Vogel's bag to throw at Portland. But, yeah, I think the Lakers, it's going to be a tough road because let's say Portland does make it to the 8th seed and the Lakers get out of that first round. There's going to be Houston or OKC waiting for them. That's going to be a tough series. And then, of course, the conference finals that we all want to see against the Clippers, Clippers and Lakers, that's going to be a tough series too. So the road to win a championship is going to be very, very challenging for the Lakers and even the Clippers too.
Yes. No, hey, look, everybody will be tested.
Yes.
They'll be tested. And again, for the fans, just get your popcorn ready. It's just going to be great basketball. Can't wait till Tuesday so everything gets kicked off. Now, again, Chris, thank you so much. Always a wealth of information. That was great. Point you made about Kyle Kuzma, because again, Kyle has those quick legs, those young legs, excuse me. But again, we're getting ready to wrap up here. Where can folks get in contact with you? Where can they hear more of your stuff?
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on, guys. You could always follow me at Twitter at Chris_Camillo. I'm on Instagram, CCamillo1. Be sure to download and subscribe to my podcast. I'm on all major streaming platforms. Camello's Corner. I'm on Facebook. And then also, if you want to read any of my articles, nightfallmedia.com, NITE nightfallmedia.com. Thanks for having me on, guys.
There
And
you go.
shout out to Nipsey Hussle. Happy birthday.
Oh, man.
We'll
There it is, Mac, there. Way to
There you
go, Chris, man.
What an assist.
That's what I'm talking about.
I love that, man.
Love that. There you go, Chris. We'll see you later, man. Have a good weekend.
Thanks a lot, guys. Be safe out there.
You too.
Right
Happy
there.
birthday to Neighborhood Nip. And then my Mrs. Coach B as well. She texted me and said she's listening. So it's like, deal with your patients right now.
Right. I know she got the double triple mask on right now.
Right, right, absolutely.
Big shout out to our first responders. But again, great show today, man. Thanks so much for our guy, Mike Wing. We had the Inland Empire Emperors on.
Yes,
make
sir.
sure I get that right. And then my man, Mello, Chris Camillo, always wealth of information with the inside. Coach B.
Eric Cooper Sr. and Jr. as well.
Yes. Excuse me. We do ourselves an injustice. We didn't say that.
Absolutely.
Again, folks, please make sure you contact us everywhere. It's at IE Sportsnet. Let's do it, man.
Absolutely. Thank you for listening to IE Sportsnet, protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association with Coach B.
Andy Turner, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, you know the conversation starts and stops here, live on Fox Sports 1350.
You're listening to IESportsNet.com, the Inland Empire Sports Authority.
And you know I'm going to get on Shaq with that picnic table suit.
Yo, this is Aries Spears on Fox Sports Radio.
We are